I have been observing an increasing controversy about Harrison Butker. He is the equal of any kicker in the NFL. If you watch the Super Bowl this year, he had a 57-yarder. Justin Tucker and he are probably at the top of the game, and I wish the Browns, maybe Cade York will develop into that. We certainly like Dustin Hopkins, but, he's really up there. He gave a commencement speech at Benedictine College. I know about Benedictine because Matt Tynan is my pal, and Matt is a Denver area car dealer and a wonderful guy. He's on the board at Benedictine. He sends me some Benedictine loot every now and then. It's a good Catholic college in Kansas. So what did Harrison Butker say? I actually haven't heard the speech, but I asked Generalissimo to grab it, and let's listen to it as to why the left is melting down over what a kicker said. Let's roll that, Harley.
Ladies and gentlemen of the class of 2024, I would like to start off by congratulating all of you for successfully making it to this achievement today. I'm sure your high school graduation was not what you had imagined, and most likely neither was your first couple years of college. By making it to this moment through all the adversity thrown your way from COVID, I hope you learned the important lessons that suffering in this life is only temporary. As a group, you witnessed firsthand how bad leaders who don't stay in their lane can have a negative impact on society. It is through this lens that I want to take stock of how we got to where we are and where we want to go as citizens and, yes, as Catholics. One last thing before I begin. I want to be sure to thank President Minnis and the board for their invitation to speak. When President Minnis first reached out a couple of months ago, I had originally said no. You see, last year I gave the commencement address at my alma mater, Georgia Tech, and I felt that one graduation speech was more than enough, especially for someone who isn't a professional speaker. But of course, President Minnis used his gift of persuasion and spoke to the many challenges you all faced throughout the COVID fiasco and how you missed out on so many milestones the rest of us older people have taken for granted. While COVID might have played a large role throughout your formative years, it is not unique. Bad policies and poor leadership have negatively impacted major life issues. Things like abortion, IVF, surrogacy, euthanasia, as well as a growing support for degenerate cultural values in media, all stem from the pervasiveness of disorder. Our own nation is led by a man who publicly and proudly proclaims his Catholic faith, but at the same time is delusional enough to make the sign of the cross during a pro-abortion rally. He has been so vocal.
Now I understand. I will hear the rest of it. He attacked President Biden for being pro-abortion rights and doing the sign of the cross at an abortion clinic. Yeah, that upset a lot of Catholics. It did. But now you know why the red flare went up. He must be destroyed. Let's hear it.
And his support for the murder of innocent babies that I'm sure to many people, it appears that you can be both Catholic.
The tape, you see, you're not allowed. Have you ever heard anyone say that on the media? The murder of innocent babies. Have you ever heard that? And of course you haven't. And that is what pro-life people think. It's about a third of the country. And it certainly is appropriate at a Catholic college by a observant Catholic to say that. But now we know what's really going on here. He must be destroyed. He's pro-life.